Taj, welcome to the Forgiving Tarot. This is your mid-June 2025 reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus signs. Check out your placements to get a message that most resonates with you. I'm not telling you what to do. The Oracle's not telling you what to do. Ultimately, you have free will. Therefore, you make the best decision for you and those involved. If you're cross-watching or you yourself, Sagittarius, feel that the roles are in the reverse, please reverse them, take what applies, and leave what doesn't. It's a general reading, not a private reading, so it may resonate, may not resonate. Please be aware of that. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating. It is greatly appreciated. 1111, by the way. Make a wish. All right. So let's see here. Sagittarius, what's going on for Sagittarius for the rest of June? The World card just came out. So the World card could be a closing of a cycle. You've completed something. You've accomplished something. Let's see what else. World card could also represent travels, the internet. Oh, you have the Seven of Swords. It flipped in the reverse. You know what? There could be something that closed off or that you're done with, or a lesson that's learned, or whatever the case is. And with the Seven of Swords in the reverse, I almost feel like this brings in clarity because the Seven of Swords in the reverse is not running away from something anymore, not avoiding something, not hiding something. Okay, let's begin. You have the Page of Pentacles as the overall energy. The Page of Pentacles could represent communication in regards to practical matters, money, finances, anything that has to do with security, stability, the 3D realm. Page of Pentacles is also a friend. So let's see what else comes out for you. You have the Queen of Swords. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Have it in your chart. Doesn't have to be, but that is the current energy right now. So there could be a bit of pain that was experienced, um, and maybe even trying to see through BS, not taking any BS. The challenge is the Four of Wands, so maybe something to do with the home. Again, sense of security and stability. You have the Ten of Cups. This Ten of Cups has been coming out a lot. So the Ten of Cups is in the foundation. So this could have to do with a long-term relationship, such as a marriage. Ten of Cups, Four of Wands here. Could just be something that's long-term. Maybe there is a relationship here where the basis or the goal is for harmony, but for whatever reason, with the Four of Wands being the challenge, there could be this lack of security and safety. You have the Queen of Pentacles in the past, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. In the past, for some, this could have been the focus was more on you, more on your self-care, on what you had to do in your everyday life for whatever reason. Maybe you weren't feeling this stability and security within this connection. Maybe you are feeling hurt. And in the past, that made you realize, you know what? Well, then instead of putting this negative energy towards something that I want to be harmonious, let me use this energy to build on myself, to make myself feel secure, to focus on other responsibilities. We have the Queen of Wands. There's a lot of queens showing up. There's three queens already here. I'm not going to go ahead and say there's a third party situation, even though I could easily say that, but I'm not really feeling that. This almost feels like a shift in energy in the feminine energy. So, Queen of Wands on your mind. Um, this is the energy of confidence, attraction, of, yeah, of knowing knowing that something is coming to you. Now, you could be thinking about another fire sign, in Aries, Sag, Leo, but I almost feel like this is you. This could be the energy of getting back to yourself. Your outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. Awesome. Ace of Pentacles. Um, so when I first started the channel, to me, the Ace of Pentacles started feeling like a reconciliation, but in the sense of building something stronger, building something that has roots, building something that is solid. Ace of Pentacles is also a card of starting something that brings in wealth. And it's interesting because your overall energy is this Page of Pentacles holding that Ace of Pentacles. So there might be some sort of communication about money, work, stability. So let's see here. What is this Page of Pentacles? The Seven of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Justice. You have Libra energy. Queen of Swords is Libra. But again, Gemini or Aquarius, doesn't matter. There might be a bit of a pushback or a hesitation because there might be fears, overthinking, a, maybe about some sort of message or some legalities with this Justice card, because I keep looking at this declaration or whatever, proclamation. Actually, I never really read it. It says, by the Queen, a proclamation, now know ye that we are graciously extending our grace and mercy to grant our free royal pardon. All sentences are to be commuted by Her Majesty's command. I'm not sure that I really had to read that, but whatever. There it is. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands. And you know what's interesting? 7 and 3. Guess what's there? A Four of Wands, and that's your challenge. So this absolutely has to do with either home, your sense of stability and security, a sense of belonging. So there's some sort of communication here. Maybe you feel like you're fighting for something, but you're trying to do it in a or communicate it in a practical way, in a way that it's not going to be rejected. Let's see what this Queen of Swords is, or somebody is, if it's not you. Four of Cups, the Moon, Pisces energy. The Six of Cups, King of Pentacles at the bottom, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. There's a sense of dissatisfaction, maybe even rejection in regards to a partnership, a relationship. Sorry, I have to turn up this AC. And there is a bit of fear because of the past. For some of you, there's kind of this wondering of, why don't things work out for me? Why is it that I have to turn into this type of person for me to be heard or for me to get some sort of clarity? Because I feel like with this Queen of Swords in the current energy, this is somebody here who might have to put up this front, put up her sword, because deep down there's a feeling of fear, rejection, almost like feeling like, I don't know, like love is taken away, or you can't be your real self around someone. when you've tried to be. For some of you, you're also looking at something with an eagle's eye type of thing, like with a very sharp eye, whatever that communication is over there with that Page of Pentacles. What is this Four of Wands? For some of you, I want to say you're matching someone's energy. Why is the Four of Wands the challenge? Knight of Pentacles, the Tower, the Six of Wands, King of Cups now. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Either this is about a choice, a decision, or somebody seeing the overall picture. Because there's this sense of like easy does it. If the focus is on working on this, on putting the energy into building something that is secure, that is rooted, that's loyal, this could turn into something that's good, something that's successful, something that brings a sense of pride. I also feel like it's a rebuilding of this Four of Wands, but that's the challenge. For some of you, maybe there might be this sense of, well, I don't want to be a fool again. Why is the Ten of Cups here in the foundation? Nine of Cups, there's the World, and there's the King of Pentacles again. Knight of Swords at the bottom. I feel like somebody is on board with getting this to be something where it feels like there's an alliance, where it feels like there's harmony, where there is this emotional satisfaction with another person. I also feel like somebody might also be a little more focused on their own needs, what they want, and that's what's hindering this to becoming something that is stable, that feels safe for both people. But I feel like in the foundation, there's such a good opportunity for a cycle to be put behind you and something brand new comes out of it, but much stronger. Why is the Queen of Pentacles in the past? Five of Swords, the Empress, and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, Ten of Swords. Like what I had said already before, I feel like Sag or Crosswatcher, in the past, there was a situation that either you felt like you were left on your own, that you had to fend for yourself. Perhaps it was lack of trust. Maybe there was manipulation, mind games, etc. And what all you wanted was this safe space to grow, to love. And you had to turn it around and focus on you. You definitely had to put up a wall, a guard, and you kept persevering. You didn't give up on yourself. You didn't allow this Ten of Swords, this suffering, this ending, this backstabbing, whatever, to bring you down. What is this Queen of Wands? Seven of Pentacles, the Sun, Leo energy, the Magician, Page of Cups at the bottom. Yeah, I feel like there is this confidence within you that shines through, and it's very magnetic, and it can't be ignored. I feel like you might also be attracting better communication, more love, happiness, clarity. You're investing in your own happiness. You, and if it's not investing in your own happiness, you're investing, how do I explain it? You're creating this environment, this safe space for this Ten of Cups, for this Four of Wands, for this harmony, this sense of security to thrive, right? We can't just say, this is what we want, this is what we want, while we don't have a place for what we want to grow. It's kind of like saying, "Oh, you know what? I want a new wardrobe, I want new clothes," but your closet is filled with other clothes already. You can't fit any more clothes in there. What do you have to do? Well, you're going to have to go through the clothes and take out what you don't want, what you don't want to keep. You have to clear to make space for the new clothes. And that's the same thing here. Much like, let's say you keep saying you want a pet. I want a dog, I want a dog. But if you don't have an environment for the dog to be in, how's the dog supposed to live, to survive, to thrive, etc.? I'm trying to make a point here. So you are creating that space. What is this Ace of Pentacles? The Star, Aquarius energy. There's the King of Wands and the Strength card, more Leo energy. Three of Wands here. I want to know why the Strength card is here. The King of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. I almost feel like this is a sense of hope, but there might be a little bit of a holding back. There might be somebody might be a little bit on the stubborn side. Now, I also feel like somebody is needing to step up because the Strength card is about being courageous, being brave. And the King of Swords brings in this clarity, truth, logic. What else? Yeah, I feel like somebody wants to move forward with this as well. But I like that the Queen of Swords is here because you're not naive. All right, let's do another spread here for you, Sagittarius. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take out the two cards for advice and clarity. So what was your outcome? The Ace of Pentacles, that's right. All right, so Sagittarius, who are you dealing with? The Three of Pentacles. This could be a work situation. This could be somebody that you are, well, working to rebuild things with. Tell me more about this Three of Pentacles. The Hanged Man could be a Pisces. Doesn't have to be. A Virgo. Hermit at the bottom of the deck. So the Hermit and the Hanged Man to me is looking more like somebody who's thinking things through, who's trying to see things from a different perspective. Now, it could also be in a more negative sense, somebody who is victimizing themselves. Let me see what this person's feelings towards you are. I also feel like somebody who shuts down a lot. You have the Hierophant Taurus energy. Why the Hierophant has their feelings? I like that the Hierophant is the feelings because to me that represents something that's more secure than you thought. Nine of Wands. Yeah, secure. And the Nine of Wands is a card of perseverance. It's not only just a guard is up, the wounded warrior, it is also a card of perseverance. This person could be feeling guarded, but they haven't given up. What is their actions towards you? The Four of Cups. Why the Four of Cups? The Ten of Swords. I feel like this person feels a sense of regret or missed opportunity. Maybe could be disappointment too, but not like, oh, I'm disappointed in you. It's just disappointed that things went in a certain direction. I don't think this person wants to um, feel that again. So, what is it that you feel about this person? The Queen of Wands. Why the Queen of Wands? The Knight of Wands. Okay, so you might feel, okay, for some of you, there's still an attraction here, but you might also feel like this person, all they want is to fulfill their own impulses. Maybe they just want attention. Maybe there's somebody who's just in and out, very fickle. What is your actions towards them? The Moon? Why the Moon? The Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is carrying a burden. It's also a card to me, I feel like it's like picking up the rest of the pieces and crossing the finish line. But there is, because Moon, Ten of Wands, that's not really an action, but it can represent that the action is maybe slowed down by the heaviness that you might be feeling. For some of you, you're afraid that this is going to be more of a weight on your shoulders than you'd like it to be. What is the outcome? Four of Wands, Six of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. I feel like I feel like this is balancing things out. Now, it will take time. There is work that is required. And I mean, I could see that with the other cards that came out. Ace of Cups, a new beginning in love, a potential for love to sprout. And there's the Strength card. I feel like there is going to be a bit of a holding back. There's still pain here, but is there a possibility for things to get back on track? From what I see, it looks like there is, but there is still certain things that can't just be brushed under the rug anymore. There's certain things that cannot be ignored, so it will take time. I feel like this Strength card is representing if two people absolutely want it, then strength to move forward, to move on, because you need strength to pick up those 10 wands. That's not easy. And picking them up all by yourself is also not easy. So 5 wands for you, 5 wands for them. You can absolutely cross the finish line. You have the Devil, Capricorn energy, Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups, and the Emperor here. There might be, I think I've said this already before, this sense of stubbornness, maybe my way or the highway type of energy. There is, I feel like, a bit of, do they really want this? Is this something that's benefiting both of us? Is this just for their own ego, for their own pleasure? But I mean, rightfully so, when you deal with something that's difficult, of course the other person or you or both are going to be like, wait, I don't know. We're going to have to do it my way because last time we did it your way, it didn't really work out. The last time I gave in to you and it didn't work out, and then the other person feels the same way. So how do you come to some sort of common ground? Well, this is where we become adults, my friends, and you discuss properly, and both people have to be open to uh, compromise, for one, to understanding the other person's perspective and point of view. Not that they're correct, not that they're 100% correct, but there is some sort of truth in what they're saying. And, kind of like merging both wants and, again, compromising. Or here's the plan. We need to follow through. There needs to be a follow through here, or else it's just not going to work out. So, are you up for the challenge, Sagittarius? Because I feel like on your mind with all the queens that were showing up, this is the energy of being open to creating what it is that you've been longing for and asking for. And with the outcome being the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like that is what you're getting. You have I was going to say the Hope card, the Star card, the Three of Swords, the Eight of Wands. Yeah, there is this healing of pain. There is definitely a new beginning coming in here. Uh, I just want to throw it out there. If you're not trying to get pregnant, Um, but there is growth here. For some of you, there's a move. I also want to say for some of you, this is totally random. For some of you, your mom may be traveling, or you may need to go see your mom. I don't know, something there about that. Things need to be laid out in the open. Truth needs to be spoken. No more running away, no more hiding. I also feel like somebody doesn't want to avoid or keep going around in circles. They do want to bring this all together, fix this, heal this, blah, blah, blah. So, Sag, let's move on to your oracle cards, and then I'll do a short, oh my goodness, almost 30 minutes. Sagittarius, what is the advice and clarity for Sagittarius? Okay, we have growth. Another one more. What is the advice and clarity for Sagittarius? I'm actually a Sagittarius sun in Vedic astrology. I don't know if I'm still a Sagittarius Saturn in Vedic, definitely in Western. I don't know. Nobody cares. Just throwing it out there. All right, you have despondence. Despondence, and you have growth. So a little bit of detachment from other things. So it could be detachment from things of the past. Grass is excited. I'm just going to read the story, and then in the short section, I'm going to do to read the description because that brings it makes it make a lot more sense and the personal inquiry. So Grass is excited. He is ready to tell his best friend Weed that he's gay. But Weed reacts negatively, and it is the first of many judgmental encounters for Grass. For years, he is turned down for jobs and even when he applies for an apartment. Grass fights for the right to live where he wants and wins. But soon after he moves into his new apartment, someone breaks in and attacks him. In the hospital, his loved ones gather, sharing stories of who Grass was to them. He dies, leaving behind his legacy of love and courage. Your message is best expressed when you are uniquely you. The card's not telling you you're gay, but it is saying your message is best expressed when you are uniquely you. So, you fighting for you, Sag. Because it's possible that maybe you've been fighting for, I don't know, let's say a relationship or for whatever it was that you were putting your time into. But at this point in time, what you need to be focused on is what you were focused on in the past, which is you, your own growth, your own abundance. That light that really shines within you is what you were focused on. Um, And there's more here. So the key ideas for the card is taking a stand, living your truth, lack of safety, clashing values, teaching by example, warrior, peace, and courage, which makes sense with the reading. But again, be sure to check out the shorts because it's definitely going to bring in a little more clarity about the card and definitely whatever the message is for you. So despondence. Iris is depressed and unable to look after herself or her home. She cries out to the great spirits for help. Mother Earth appears and suggests Iris shower, eat a good meal, and clean up her house. She does, but still feels despondent. Suddenly, a hurricane hits, and Iris springs into action to rescue her neighbor's children. In the urgency, Iris finds the way out of depression by taking action. By taking action, I found the road out. The key ideas here are feeling helpless, acceptance of circumstances, change on the horizon, taking action, revelation, movement, and encouragement. I feel like this is more of you waking up yourself, which I feel like you've been doing. I don't feel like this is just happening right now. I feel like this is something you've recently started doing or you've been doing, and this growth is showing. So, Sag, I'm going to leave it there. I don't even know what to name this now because I've been talking so much. I'm sorry. Um, but if it resonated, let me know down in the comments down below. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.